name's Eric Lepender. I'm the eHow dog training expert, and in this video, I want to talk about the 4 things you should never do with your dog. The first one is never leaving your dog in a car on a hot day. And sometimes 70 degrees can be a hot day. So you really have to take that into consideration. And the reason that it's dangerous to leave your dog in a car is because your car, if it's all the windows are up, it becomes like an oven inside your car. Now, you can sit in a car that's 110 degrees because you can sweat, but your dog can't sweat. They bring down their body temperature by breathing. So if your dog starts to pant and all they're doing is sucking in hot air and blowing out hot air, they can't cool their body temperature down. And that's why it's so dangerous for a dog to be left in a car on a hot day. Second thing that you have to be careful of is you need to be careful when your dog is around antifreeze. So if you're in the garage with your dog, or you're at the mechanics, or at a friend's house in the garage, anything like that, you have to be very careful about your dog being around antifreeze. Antifreeze will kill your dog. It just takes a couple of licks and your dog can die. And the thing with antifreeze is that it's highly toxic to a dog, but it smells kind of sweet. So a lot of dogs are attracted to it. So anytime there's antifreeze around, be very careful. Keep a very close eye on your dog, or make sure it's nowhere near your dog. Third thing you should never do with your dog is leave your dog unsupervised outside. The thing with an unsupervised dog is that there's just so much potential for them to get into trouble. And I always tell everybody to make sure that even if you let your dog outside, even if they're pretty good at staying in the yard, you should be out there with them, keeping an eye on them. Because a lot of dogs do like to wander off, but they also like to chase things. But the other thing you have to be careful of is predators coming into your yard. Coyote, fox, skunk. And the thing is that they could potentially be rabid. If a skunk wanders into your yard and tangles with your dog and the skunk was rabid, now you have a big problem. So it's really not a good idea to leave a dog unsupervised. You have to remember, dogs are predatory animals. So they're going to chase things and they're going to mix it up with other animals, and it's just not a good idea. Always supervise your dog when you're outside. Fourth thing you should never do with your dog is promote aggression in your dog. As I said earlier, dogs are predatory animals. They use aggression out in the wild to survive and to resolve conflicts. When a dog comes into the household with us, we want to make sure that the dog is friendly, well-behaved, and we want to make sure that we do everything possible to make sure that the dog never bites anybody. Dog bites are just the worst thing to deal with. You have physical and emotional scars when a dog bites, and the emotional scars last a lot longer than the physical scars. So you want to make sure that your dog is very friendly, well-behaved, and you never want to do anything to promote aggression. A lot of people they think it's cute when the dog's kind of mouthy and they push them, or somebody's outside and they go, "What's that? Who's there?" They start to do these types of things. That, as I said, can promote aggression, and it's very difficult to bring a dog back from the dark side. Once they go to the dark side and bite somebody, it's not the easiest thing in the world to make them friendly again. So be very careful. The easiest thing to do is to make sure your dog doesn't become aggressive is to use positive training techniques, socialize your dog when he's young, develop a real strong bond, establish leadership, and you won't have to worry about these types of things. So those are 4 activities you should never do with your dog. Thanks for watching this video, and have a great day.